It's time now for the post-game wrap here on Crusaders TV. Taylor Medak and Adam Kamara with you here. The Sherwood Park Crusaders hosting the Whitecourt Wolverines for the second time this season here tonight at the Sherwood Park Arena on a Saturday night, the final Saturday in October. The Crusaders do suffer their fourth loss in a row, unfortunately, falling 5-3 to the Whitecourt Wolverines. Whitecourt, in turn, picks up their sixth win in a row and take over sole possession of first place in the North Division very momentarily, depending what happens elsewhere in the AJHL on Saturday night. But Adam, the Crusaders having to come off a very disappointing loss against the Spruce Grove Saints Friday night, losing 4-1. Things didn't look good early when they allowed a goal 4 minutes in, but I'll tell you what, the team just kind of got better and better, eventually in the second period, getting into a 2-1 lead and taking a lead into the dressing room. And a wild third period that saw a ton of scoring and ultimately the Wolverines pulling away. But I'll tell you what, and for both of us, that was one heck of a hockey game to watch.
Everybody in the arena was fully entertained. I'm sure everybody watching at home were fully entertained. Just the way the game played out, and both teams coming out firing. Whitecourt Wolverines getting a goal 4 minutes into the game, and it kind of looked like the same old song and dance for the Sherwood Park Crusaders, giving up an early goal, getting behind the eight ball. But they really progressed through that first period and then kind of took the game over in the second period, getting 2 goals, 26 shots on net in that second period. And I mean, they really dominated the Whitecourt Wolverines, that really pushed them back on their heels. But then the third period happened, and just some things that happened in their own defensive zone, some mental lapses that happened, Taylor, really was the detriment to the Crusaders here tonight. 4 times in their own defensive zone, all led to 4 goals, things that they just need to clean up in their own defensive zone. But they really had a good game, and that second period was something to really watch out for the Crusaders, because it's a lot of potential for what they can show here in this Alberta Junior Hockey League. But it's just the consistency, something we keep touching on all throughout this season. The youngness of the team, getting that consistency in their play can really turn around their team. That second period, just something so fantastic by the Crusaders, something we haven't really seen. I mean, they got 26 shots in the period. And they didn't even get 26 shots yesterday against the Spruce Grove Saints. So a lot of positives to take away from this game, but just they got to clean up their own defensive territory.
Yeah, it seemed like 4 mistakes, 4 goals in the back of your net for the Sherwood Park Crusaders, and plays off the face-off as well. Whitecourt able to execute. And we saw some things like that with the Crusaders in the second period, winning face-offs and executing shots towards the goal and creating offensive opportunities. Adam Manna really juggled the lines in this one and taking out a few guys, putting a few guys in the lineup that haven't played in a while. And one guy in particular that was scratched Friday night, got an opportunity here tonight, Saturday, was William Zapernick. He played with Medak Zitko and Brandon Wallace. And really those guys, I mean, the top guys for the Crusaders did have opportunities and didn't produce tonight. I thought Ty Reedman really saw a lot of attention and was really harped on and leaned on by the Wolverines, but specifically with Zapernick. You really liked his game. He was all over the ice with the Zitko.
Yeah, I mean, those two found quick chemistry between them here early on in this game, and I don't know if it was the scratching last night that kind of woke William Zapernick up, but it was exactly what the Crusaders needed from him, and he was all over the ice buzzing, creating a lot of offensive chances. Him and Medak Zitko really, just those two with Brandon Wallace around, but those two really made it hard on the defense of the Wolverines out there. A lot of plays right in front of Ty Moore, and a lot of rebound plays that they were both just hounding and sniffing the puck out, just couldn't convert. And Moore standing up tall, I mean, 39 saves on 42 shots. But Zapernick really injected a lot of offensive fuel for the Crusaders. I don't know whether he can maintain it or not. That's another thing for the Crusaders to look at. But Zapernick really came in, took that scratching last night and did the most with his opportunities here tonight. Ty Reedman getting a couple opportunities, got a goal in the third period to tie it up at 3. He took probably a talking to from Adam Manna last night with his play at times last night. But he was less predictable here tonight, and that's what kind of helped his game out for the Crusaders offensively. Now it's just the defensive side they got to look at, because they even got good goaltending from Brandon Vogel here tonight. It just kind of got all wasted on 4 broken plays.
Yeah, you mentioned the play of Wolverine goaltender Ty Morin, the product of the Prince Albert Mintos of the Saskatchewan Midget Hockey League. He's a rookie this year with the Wolverines. Almost, him and Vogel did go save for save. Obviously, the Crusaders pull away in shots, but it was a good goaltending duel as well this evening. Both teams 0 for 4 combined on the power play, so the power play woes continue for the Crusaders. Last 3 games, 0 for 12. A little disappointing on that end. Or pardon me, 0 for 16 after tonight. So I'm sure Adam Anna will want to try and fix things for Friday when they get the Fort McMurray Oil Barons, who also not very good on the power play this year. They're at the bottom of the league, so that might be an area where the Crusaders can capitalize on a very tough Oil Baron team that is one of the top teams, not only in the North Division, not only in the AJHL, but the entire country as well. This Whitecourt team looked pretty good, but are you feeling that if we get the same effort from the Crusaders next Friday against the Oil Barons, that should set them up for potentially at least picking up a point or two?
Well, they should have picked up a point here tonight against the Whitecourt Wolverines, but they just got to find that consistency. That second period was probably their best period of the entire season. They got 2 goals. They really pushed the pace of the play. If they can take that forward, take it towards against Fort McMurray, they have the potential to have success. I mean, Whitecourt's a top team in the Viterra North Division. They were able to hang with them basically for 58 minutes. It's just in the third period, couple minutes, and they let it slip away from their grasp. So it's not that they can't hang with the teams in the Alberta Junior Hockey League that are at the top. It's just they got to find the consistency to keep up with them along those lines, and maybe they'll find a win against Fort McMurray next week.
Maybe a turnaround game here for the Crusaders, even though they do fall 5-3 to the Whitecourt Wolverines here Saturday night at the Sherwood Park Arena. Crusaders get 6 days off before they play their next game here at the Sherwood Park Arena against the Fort McMurray Oil Barons next Friday. That's a November 3rd game. Adam, enjoy your weekend. Happy Halloween.
You as well, Taylor. Thanks.